Yo, what's up, guys? This is your boy Omar speaking to you. Okay, so a couple days ago, I got the new BOSE QuietComfort Ultra. Now, after using it for a couple days, I will talk about them. And you know, my first reaction to it when I opened the box, it felt very cheap. This is very cheap plastic right here. Not sure if you can hear. You know, the letter's okay. It's not real letter, but it feels okay. But it's very cheap compared to the QC45s, right? On the padding, same thing. They feel a lot cheaper. So what can we say, right? The This is aluminum, and you know, I'm gonna be honest. I feel like when I'm grabbing it, it's about to break. That's how I feel. Like I have to be extra careful. I feel like this thing will break at any moment. The cups are also plastic. So overall, yes, from being able the quality of it, holding it, they felt cheap. They didn't felt like something that $429 should be. And with tax, you're looking at like 460, I believe it was. So these are not cheap headphones, but they feel cheaper though. They feel cheaper. The NC700s felt more durable. The QC45s feel a lot more premium. The 35s feel way more premium. Now, one thing I noticed was that the cuff is a little bit smaller compared to the other ones, right? So that's one thing to keep in mind. Like if you have big ears, just be aware of that because these are smaller. Now, they do feel comfortable. They are very lightweight as well. So when you put them on, you know they feel very comfortable. They're lightweight. You don't even feel them on. I've actually, I could lay back, sit down, have them all day. I've had it for a couple hours nonstop. My ears don't get fatigued. It doesn't get hot or anything. So, but that's only what I've been able to test out, right? Now, they could have been better. Yeah, the material could have been better. It feels very cheap. Somebody might tell you different. I don't know, but to me, based on the ones that I already have, based on the other headphones I have, comparing to all the other ones, this do feel a lot cheaper. For the price, $429 plus tax. That's a lot of money. So they do feel cheap. I'll tell you that. Now, performance, that's a whole different story. These headphones, they perform at a level that is unimaginable, right? um the ANC, you got your ANC, your the aware mode, and you also have your immersion mode, right? I'm telling you, the immersion mode for the ANC, the immersion mode is amazing. Like I had the TV on the whole time, and I couldn't hear the TV. Like I hear the people, see the people talking on the TV. I had my dad close to me as well. My brother, he was close as well, and I could hear the TV go on, blah blah blah. I couldn't hear, I could see it, but it was dead silent. It was so silent. Like I thought, like after a while, right? And I didn't have no music on. Okay, let's put that out there. I didn't have no music on, but it was dead silent. And I thought, like, I was like, what's going on? Like, I don't hear nothing. Normally, I could hear something, right? And I go like this, man. I'm hearing everything on the TV. I hear the refrigerator running as well. I could hear the air conditioning running. I hear everything, right? I was like, what the, I was like, whoa, like it was dead silent. This right here, the A and C, once you put them on immersion mode, they are way better than the XM5s. I will tell you that. So this, they are way better than XM5. I don't know if somebody else already tested it out for it, like, but from what my experience, my personal experience, this get quiet, like quiet, dead quiet, and I was like, whoa, like it was amazing, right? Now, um, when I connected it to my phone and everything, I started listening to music, right? So normally, with the Bose signature sound, it was, like my other Bose, kind of felt like the same thing. So there wasn't too much of a difference. You know, from my opinion, Bose is made mainly cater for music that are more classical style, like jazz. Probably soft country music. So their signature sound is way better with those type of music. But here goes the thing: the moment I put it on immersion, mm, it changed the whole thing. Now, normally you got sound coming from here, right? Here. This is where you hear it. Your left and right. You hear the sound here. The moment I put it on immersion, uh, it was like here. This is where the sound was coming from. Like, well, obviously it's from here, right? But you hear it from here. So imagine having two speakers right in front of you, and this is where you're getting the sound. Like if it was two speakers, it was amazing. It got louder too. Like, so with the normal, just normal Bose signature sound, it's kind of soft. But the moment you put it on immersion mode, like it's like having two speakers right here, and it gets loud. Like the volume just goes from here to here. Like it gets loud, and if you have it on still mode, obviously that's when you're just sitting down or laying back or something. Everything's here. Now they also have the I think it's movement or motion, something like that. And on that mode, you turn your head, the speakers are following you. Turn your head, it's like a speaker is following you. So it's keeping up with you. So that way, when you're walking around with them, you're walking, turning around, you hear the sound right here. You're hearing it right here. Like if you had two speakers, personal speakers are just floating right here, and they're following you. That's how the immersion mode sounded. It was amazing. Um, and you don't have to pay any extra for that mode. You don't have to pay nothing extra. Unlike the XM5s where you had to have a certain app in order to be able, a certain streaming app in order to be able to have their 360 sound. Well, I don't know what they're called, but anyways, this one's it's free, and it's right here, like two speakers right here. Now, I started off listening a little bit of reggae, um, some country, rock, a little bit of metal. What else? A little bit of Latin music, some live music as well. So I was testing it out with all different type of genres, and these things were amazing on all of them. Especially if you listen to music that's live recorded, you get the most out of it. Now, if you go on YouTube, you might want to turn it off. There's no point in having the immersion sound. It doesn't really benefit you, so you just turn it off and go back to normal. So it works good with videos too and everything. Just don't have the immersion. There's no point to it. But when you're listening to music, that's when it works. And these things were amazing. I'm talking about amazing. Now, were they like my Mark Levinsons? No, no, they're not. The clarity on those headphones are different. That's a different price range, But we compare it to Sony. or my hand incisors as well, momentum force. I mean, this thing, the Bose already beat it. The immersion sound was amazing. That's, I don't know how else to say. It was very amazing. They got loud. Like that's my favorite part. They got loud. The sound is coming from here, and you could hear it like this, coming in like this. So it's like having two speakers right here. That's how it sounded like. Um, Other than that, the app is pretty good. Same thing. There's no difference besides that immersion sound. And if I'm not mistaken, I think on the I also did like they calibrated or something like that, but I can't remember what it was. But it was like it calibrated to cater to my ears or something like that. I can't really explain it, but it's on the app. So a little bit more about them. They come with a small case. These are a little bit bigger than the QC45s, but smaller than the NC75s. I mean NC700s. So, but yes, by a tiny bit bigger. On the inside of the case, it has your little cutoff here. That way you know how to put the headphones. That way you don't just throw it in there. Has a little pouch here, and it does come with your cables, right? Again, I don't know if this. I think this is a 3.5 to 2.5 mm, and then you got your USB C and USB D, I guess, whatever. I don't. I mean, I have different wires. Now, my only critique with this thing, the only thing I could say is that I wish Bose would use better material. This thing feels very fragile as well. Like, uh, I feel like I could break it. So, that's the one thing about it. Like, they could have used better material. For $429, these are more expensive than all the other headphones, and I believe to date this would be the most expensive ones. They could have used better material. I mean, the plastic in itself, I mean, feels cheap. You know, the I think they call it letter red, something like that. But could have been better. I'm not saying it's bad because it's not. It feels very comfortable. You don't even feel it, but they feel cheaper than the NC700s, than the QC45s, than the QC35s. So keep that in mind. If you're a first-time buyer of Bose, then you won't notice it. But I do own the QuietComfort 35 second edition, the gaming ones, the QC45s, and the NC700. So I know what I'm saying. These ones do feel a lot cheaper. It has a lot of plastic. The aluminum here, not the most strong or anything like that. I feel like I said, I feel like I could break this thing if I'm not careful. And for $429, I mean, could have been better. Now, performance wise, like I said, these things were amazing. I have nothing bad to say about it because they were amazing. They performed really well. So, that new immersion sound worth every penny, right? Yes, the build quality could have been better. That's all I'm saying. Um, Outside of that, I mean, there's not too much. I mean, this is your Bose. They are known for the ANC, the noise canceling, and these are now the number one rank in ANC right now. You cannot go wrong. If what you're looking for is ANC, this is the one you want to go with. Because that immersion, I'm telling you, I was like, I couldn't hear nothing, right? And when I opened it up a little bit, I heard everything, wind coming in. Oh, that's another thing. It has a wind reduction too on the app for the ANC. So there'll be a part right there where you could click for wing reduction. It works well. Call quality, I've used it to call earlier today. I was told that it sounds very clear. Everything was good. It wasn't robotic or anything from their end, right? So you know, so the mics do work. For you could call with them and they work perfectly fine. Let's see what else is there. I mean, I can't really think of anything else on it that would consist of anything. So overall, they perform perfectly fine. The immersion sound is beautiful. Two speakers right here, and the sound you hear it from coming in right here. You're moving around, you put on motion, those speakers, they follow you. They're following you. That's how it sounds. So, I mean, sound wise, these are perfect. Yes, the build quality could be better, but yeah, that's all I gotta say about them. My next video, I will compare this, the ultras with the 35s, the 45s, the NC700s, and I'll be comparing it with this one, right? And you know, sound wise, obviously these are amazing, but uh, I'll be talking a little bit different stuff on all the other ones. That way, what it is and how it is and how they got better over time or worse over time. Depending on what you want to look for, right? So yeah. So until next time, peace out.